Hello, welcome to Wander MB, where we explore stories and sounds from where Canada's heart beats. Please make yourself comfortable, maybe in your favorite chair with a warm cup of tea in hand. Now, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and allow us to lull you into a relaxed state of mind with the sounds of some of Manitoba's most incredible adventures. Today we are experiencing the magic of fall migration at Oak Hammock Marsh. Okay, let's begin. The signs of fall can be small and slow to appear. A slight chill in the air or the changing colors of the leaves, from vibrant greens to warm oranges and yellows. A sure sign of winter's approach in Manitoba is the loud honk of Canada geese as they prepare to migrate south. We are headed to Oak Hammock Marsh. This protected area is home to 25 species of mammals and over 300 species of birds. But today, we're here to watch one specific group of birds take flight. We arrive in the afternoon. The sky is clear except for a few small clouds floating above our heads. We've rented a canoe, paddles, and life jackets, all we need to glide safely along the calm waters of the marsh. As we lower the canoe into the marsh, a small fish darts out from the weeds beneath the water's surface. Our first glimpse of the wildlife that calls this marsh home. Once we've put on our life jackets and settled into the canoe, we push our way through the reeds at the edge of the water. We paddle into the deeper waters where the reeds do not quite reach the surface. As we find a rhythm, each movement becomes easier. We paddle slowly, each stroke intentional and steady. The calmer we are, the more we'll see. We must respect this habitat that so many animals, bugs, and reptiles call their home. The gentle wind rustles the reeds that grow up from the shallow waters, reaching toward the sky. Among them, ducks and other waterfowl bob and dip for critters we can't see beneath the water's surface. We turn our eyes upwards to the open sky and catch a glimpse of a bird of prey, a hawk flying above the marsh, getting ready for the ideal hunting time as the sun starts to lower and the light begins to fade. The setting sun is also our cue to make our way back to shore. We pack up the canoe and start to imagine the main attraction for tonight. In a single day during migration season, over 100,000 waterfowl may stop here at the marsh. The number seems too large to imagine, but soon we won't have to imagine. The best view of the migration can be taken in from the rooftop of the Harry J. Enns Wetland Discovery Center. As you step out onto the open roof, you take in the nearly 360-degree view of the marsh. You can point to the area we have just finished paddling in, the small movements of ducks on the water below, and the 30 kilometers of walking paths that wind around the natural wetland. There are 3 types of geese you may see here tonight. Canada geese are the largest and noisiest of them, nesting in Manitoba's interlake, then leaving for Minnesota as the weather begins to cool. You may see cackling geese as well. Smaller than their Canada geese cousins, they will pass through on their journey from northern Manitoba to Missouri. And finally, the snow geese, who make the very long trip from Nunavut all the way to the southern United States along the Gulf of Mexico. Though their journeys may be long, the marsh seems the perfect place to stop for a rest. The sun is just beginning to peek below the horizon, the sky changing from brilliant blue into soft oranges and yellows that radiate through the sky, adding a golden glow to the marsh reeds below. As you stand silently, taking in the beauty of the marsh, the first wave of birds begins to arrive. But they are not geese. No, the first to come in are the red-winged blackbirds. In clusters of 10s and 20s, they land in the reeds, delicately perching for the night. Once the smaller birds have settled, then the honking begins. Slow at first, then rising to include more and more birds, the geese are here. Larger flocks start to appear. Hundreds of geese soar above, dipping and swaying as they slow to make a comfortable landing onto the marsh below. As the swell of birds take flight above you, you cannot help but wonder at the magic of migration. These geese have learned from generations before them, have taken similar routes year after year. You can imagine it is like a distant family reunion, as Canada geese cross paths with cackling and snow geese, a community of birds that come together for a brief time during migration season. The flocks also serve as a reminder of the importance of our wetlands and natural spaces. The 36 square kilometers of land here at Oak Hammock Marsh make up an important resting, feeding, and maybe meeting place for all kinds of animals. If this were not here, where would these thousands of geese take their rest? The The sky is now dark, but you can still hear the loud honking as it resonates across the marsh. The geese will continue to fly in until the early morning hours. But for now, it's time for us to make our own journey toward a restful night. A final look over the lush marsh offers us a moment of pause. Take a deep breath. Feel the clean, cool marsh air fill your lungs. Then let it go. And relax into the feeling of wonder and gratitude for Earth and its beauty that has marked every moment of this magical evening of migration in Manitoba.